Absolute cinema. I just watched the first episode of Still Ball Run. It was peak. Let's get into it. Welcome to the first video of Bizarre Friday. And Bizarre Friday is just going to be every day, a day after the post of JoJo's new episode. I'm going to do a review on it. My personal opinions, my personal thoughts on it. I really love JoJo, so I thought this would be a good series because JoJo's is my favorite anime. So let's get straight into the review, right? This has to be one of the. This is a real. I can't even speak. This was a great first episode. I like it. I can't really just put it into words on how I personally felt about it, but this was a really great first episode, and the fact they had it 40 minutes was just like the cherry on top, bro. Oh my gosh, that episode was peak, bro. And here I'm going to go ahead and talk about five characters that I found that taken an interest to me and I've taken a liking. I've taken a liking to, and obviously I feel like y'all know what the five characters are going to be. They're the five characters that almost that were neck and neck when they're about to finish the finish line. So we have Sandman, Poco Loco, Dio slash Diego, JoJo's or Johnny Joestar, and Gyro Zeppeli. First up, we're gonna go with Sandman. I'm pretty sure Sandman was the first one to be introduced out of the bunch. Sandman is a Native American. I don't know too much about him. I don't know, like I just know he runs. He likes to run, and Sandman, he doesn't really talk that much in the first episode, but I'm really excited to see what he's going to do in the later episodes. So I don't have too much about him to say, but I really do enjoy him. I really do enjoy the fact that he runs that fast. I do really enjoy the fact that he's a Native American, and like he has like the all that going on for himself. I mean, I don't really know I don't know what else to say. I just haven't seen too much of him. Maybe next week we can check back in, see anything else more about him. Coming up next, Dio slash Diego Brando. Dio is I mean it's Dio for another universe. I mean he's British again. He has Dio, but I kind of don't really have too much to say about Diego. I like the character. I mean, it's just the original Dio is always gonna be the best Dio, but I mean Diego's a really enjoyable character. He had some good moments where he passed Zeppeli saying stuff about like tendencies and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that part. I don't have too much to say about Diego Brando either. As you can see, some of these characters I don't have too much to say about because they've maybe not been featured as much as I'm going to say about talk about the other characters that have been featured a little bit more. Now, next up on the list is Poco Loco. Poco Loco is a black man who has extreme luck, as we've seen. But I'm going to challenge that extreme luck, and I'm going to talk about this in a second after I get done talking about every single character. I'm going to challenge that and say that he was using a stand. If you don't know what a stand is and you're watching part 7, I'm going to just look at you with a little bit of what you watching part 7 for. If you don't know what a stand is by part 7, and I kind of just know that you skipped every parts 1 through 6, which you probably shouldn't do that. You probably should go watch part 1 through 6, even if part 7 is in a different universe. I would really extremely, I would really want you to encourage you to go watch parts 1 through 6. They're all peak, in my opinion. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Who doesn't want to watch a lot of JoJo's? It's who doesn't want to watch it? You know what I'm saying? But back to what I was saying, Poco Loco, I really enjoy his character. I even saw like there's a point where it looked like he was making the speed face when he was behind Zeppeli in the forest. I don't know if anyone else caught that, but that was really funny. I don't know if Araki meant to put that. I don't know if Araki knows who Speed is. I feel like Araki kind of knows who Speed is, just based on the fact that Speed has like the whole thing with One Piece where he can stream One Piece without getting any sort of copyrights. Speed is like a worldwide national creator, so I feel like he might know who Speed is because I'm seeing in that one scene, it looks like that Poco Loco is hitting the Speed face. It's like it's really funny, in my opinion. I really find that enjoyable and funny. But Poco Loco, as we saw, I saw a little backstory about him. He was working with his grandpa and stuff like that, and he wants to get the $50 million just to be lazy. He's just like me. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I get 50 million, working a farm. I'm living life. I'm going remote, bro. That's the dream, bro. So he's just like me, bro. I really do enjoy Poco Loco. He had his funny moments where he came back where he was on the horse still. I thought they were gonna take. I thought they took him out first episode. I haven't read the manga. I have seen some manga spoilers. Like I know that like certain characters are coming in this series. Like maybe like a holy character, the holy one, if you will. If you know, you know. Um, I have not been fully spoiled in the manga, and I plan to not be fully spoiled in the manga. And if I do, I'm going to be pissed. But if someone does spoil me, it's okay. I'm still going to enjoy this show. Next up is Jaro Zeppeli. We first see Jaro Zeppeli walking in, and he's talking about going to register. Really, that's kind of where we first see Jaro Zeppeli. He has these two steel balls, huh? I know, right? Two steel balls, and the name being Steel Ball Run. Anyways, he's giving his 150 coins. Now, apparently, I guess a coin is $10, which I didn't know. Which it looks like he had way more than $10, $150. But that's what I've seen because he had $20 that he got stolen from. This dude tried to touch one of his balls, one of his steel balls, and and like the ball started doing the spin, you know what I'm saying, the spin technique. I don't know fully know what the spin is yet. I'm equating it to like how it was with Hamon back in parts 1 and part 2 and a little bit of part 3, where a spin is like its own technique because it kind of has like that same aura or electricity that Hamon had a little bit. I can see with a little bit of spin and stuff like that, but I feel like it's going to be like spins with the ability to have stands. So I think Gyro probably will have a stand. I don't know. I personally don't know if Gyro has a stand. I just know that JoJo has a stand. Just like how in almost every part JoJo has a stand, except for in part 1, which there is theories that JoJo's stand in part 1 could be the world, which, hey, I feel like that's a really good theory, but that might also not be his stand. It might be something less like something like maybe Joseph's stand, if you will. But we see Jaro Zeppeli, and Jaro. I mean, I love his grills, bro. He's tough. He's tough. He used the balls like at least 5 times. They worked on like, bro. I saw the little Avdol mention with the camel, bro. I wish they would have. Man, the Avdol, bro. I was surprised, bro. I was shocked when I saw Avdol in that thing, bro. I was like, is that Muhammad Avdol? And I was like, oh, I wish he would have done that, bro. I wish he would have done that, bro. I would have loved for that to happen. I've seen like there's a couple other people who but like this dude was on a cam. I hope he comes back. I hope like him being this. I feel like they wouldn't just like give us like that type of cameo and just like let him go. But if they do, I really do appreciate the Abdul cameo. It's no hard feelings really. Jaro has a good amount of knowledge when it comes to like slipstreams and all that, as he said with the sales and all that. And I love to see like the individual wins coming when he won that race. I'm really excited for the next episode. But Jaro Zeppeli is a really good character. I'm not gonna go too much in depth because if I do go in depth, bro, it's gonna be like an hour video, and I have like a within a day to post this thing, so I can't go too much into depth. Next up on the list is JoJo. We see that JoJo is in a wheelchair. Johnny Joestar, if you will. JoJo is in a wheelchair, and we see the backstory on why he got into a wheelchair, which is kind of tragic because Johnny Joestar at birth was always overlooked by his older brother, who had soon later passed away. It's sad, okay? It's sad. And then we see that it's in a movie. He's with this one girl, and he's being a dickhead to this little dude, and little dude shoots him in the back, and he can't walk. And when he's in the hospital, no one's visiting him, bro. This nigga is literally in like a fucking like a pant. Like it looks like he has sheets covered around his like midsection, and bro, he's like shitting himself, bro. And he's trying to get the nurses to like help him and stuff like that, bro. But it's like actually it's sad. I'm not gonna lie, it's just sad. Like he shouldn't have been a dickhead to that little dude. He could have been walking, you know what I'm saying? But it's just sad, bro. It's sad that he can't walk really. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be able to walk at the end of the series, but dude, it was just this the backstory. I'm really appreciate that we had a backstory this early into the show. I'm glad we got at least a part of JoJo's backstory, and I feel like that's not the only part of JoJo's backstory we're gonna get. I feel like there's gonna be backstories for other characters like Gyro, Poco Loco. I mean, we saw a little mini backstory of Poco Loco and a little mini backstory of JoJo's. So I really do appreciate it. Like, and within these 40 minutes, they really did cover a lot of stuff that are really needed to be covered in the episode one. And also, you know, you had the one dude who's announcing the whole still ball run with the I forgot his name. I'm not gonna go look up his name. He's a very important character, but he announced the still ball run. He's like the main guy who's talking about it. Like after the question and answer, like the interview, bro, he just goes up to this. I think the girl's name Lucy or something like that, or what was her name? Yeah, it started with the L. And bro was just like getting comfort by her. It's like, I'm like, you know what? Hey, I'll be doing the same thing, my brother. But now we're going to segment into the possible use of stands. I see that Dio, Sandman, and Poco Loco. I think those three have already used their stands in this series so far. And I've seen that Dio stand is called I'm not gonna explain it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's a lizard, maybe a prehistoric lizard, if you will. I see that in it, like the lizard that I see is kind of, you know, has good, might have good, you know what I'm saying, like side to side quickness. And I feel like he's using that for his horse. That's why he goes side to side like that. I feel like that's the use of his stand that's going to be introduced later in the show. And also Poco Loco with his look, I think that's going to be part of his stand. If he has a stand, I think that's going to be introduced later in the show too. I don't know how you get stands in this show, but as it's seen, you know, in the parts 1 through 6, it's either you get hit with the arrow or it's a hereditary thing, like with the Joestars, or you get hit with the arrow, like Yoshikage Kira, for example. Those are the two ways to get stand. So I don't know how you get stands, and I hear that some stands are because you can you know what I'm saying, interact with a corpse of some sort. I don't know. I don't know a corpse, but yeah, that's I kind of how I perceive it. So either I guess maybe they aren't using their stands or they are using their stands, but I just want to kind of know when the stands are going to get introduced. Probably episode 2, to be honest with you, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so I'm gonna just go ahead and end the video right here. The episode did live up to this hype. The episode was really good. I can't wait to see y'all next week talking about the next week's episode. You know what I'm saying? If y'all really enjoyed the video, y'all enjoyed all this, like and subscribe for other anime content. I do anime reviews once a week. Besides this, I try to make other anime videos about just different stuff, maybe funny theories and all that, funny comparisons, and also just, you know, like just join the Discord if you ever wanted to just recommend me an anime and I will review it. And join the and follow the Twitch, man. I'm trying to start streaming games, reaction type videos. If you ever want to, if you're interested in that, interested in watching people play games and, you know, react to other videos and giving their own input on that, then, you know, you could definitely follow my Twitch. But with that being said, I really do appreciate you for watching the video. I love you guys, and even if there's only one person that watched it to this end, I really do appreciate you, and I'm glad that you just, you know, stuck around for my little yap set. See y'all later. Peace.